feel free to do what I asked you to do over here too. I want to let Her Highness know we'll be alive when she walks in the door. You may want to take care of that shit before you go to fucking bed too, or I'm gonna wring your fucking neck.
That's what I was looking at.
Then do it. Cloning. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Got a simple loadout tonight. Get that in camera there. Yeah, John, I'm back. People asked if we were going to do the gun table, so asking you shall receive, I guess, right? I wasn't particularly planning on doing it tonight, but John, you got that email, right? I sent the address. Tell John and John hi.
Hey, John Wicks and John's Arsenal.
Did you get that car put away now, John? Or your truck? So you guys have obviously seen the pistols before, but we got the PS90 out, and we got my sure do. All these guys will be in your live too when we get you to start posting live. And you know, John, even just setting your tablet up and while you're like cleaning your garage, you'd be surprised how many people you get that'll join in and just chit chat with you. So all that time that you're working on stuff, you're actually killing yourself by not doing like two birds with one stone. So the P90 is kind of covering up my 1022. I wonder if we should just lay the PS90 down. We could probably just do that.
Yeah. Probably.
Hey, I'm gonna kill this camera for a second so I can move these guns. I'm not liking the way it's set up, so bear with me. Might be a little better. Here, hold on, we'll black it out one more time. There, that's better. Colt, how are you doing? Sorry for blacking the screen out, but YouTube overlords hate it when you handle firearms on lives. And I didn't particularly like the way it was set up, so once you see it on the TV or whatever, it kind of looked like shit. So I'll open this up too, because I know I said it, so I meant it. I am sorry, but are that guns? Yeah, them are guns, man. They're not exactly, gel blasters or BB guns. I'm not really sure what you mean by a sniper rifle. But yeah, John, we'll get you gotta get going on your lives. John Wick, I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate you coming back. So you can see the PS90 now a little bit better than the two pistols and my 1022. That 1022 is actually, back in the day, it was one of the first rifles I bought as a grown-up. And I shot it for years until I shot the barrel out. And then I built that up from there. So if you want to throw likes on the short, you got to double tap the screen. If you're using a tablet or a computer or a laptop, you have to hit the 3 little dot icons up in the right hand side. But on a phone, double tap the screen. I'll put a like on it. Yes, I appreciate it, man. If it wasn't for people actually coming around and checking the stuff out, I wouldn't do it. It's kind of hard sometimes to, I mean, it's hard to have something to sit and ramble on for hours. So, Jay Sharp, how are you doing? How'd your day go? I'm good. J&K, how are you doing, sir? Couple things different you haven't probably seen before. Obviously the pistols you've seen. I think you asked me this earlier, didn't you? But I have no experience with the Hellcat Pro. The 43X is okay. I prefer a Glock 26 over 43X though. My opinion. But between them two, I don't know. I think the Hellcat Pro is closer to a Glock 26, so I'd probably go with that. I am doing really good. Hey, J&K, did you check out John's Arsenal video he put out today? He got his truck, his birthday present. It's a really badass fucking old school truck. Yeah, man, my back was killing me too. I actually took time off of work, and then today I had to start physical rehab on it. So back pain is horrible. Anytime a person's in pain, right? Pain is, and maybe other people feel differently, Xbox boys. Pain is one of my greatest fears. I've been through some really horrific injuries in my life, and I'm telling you what, being in bad pain is what I fear more than anything else. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman. I'm not afraid of federal agents. I'm not afraid of hippies and werewolves, but I'm afraid of being in pain. ARP King, how are you, sir? Yeah, man. It's been a little bit. I'm glad you're here, though. How are you doing? How'd your day go? So the pistols are nothing new. You guys have probably seen the pistols, but we put out the PS90, and then we threw out my 1022. The 1022 is actually one of the first guns I bought as an adult. I think it was actually the first brand new gun I ever bought in my life. And I shot it for years and years and years, and I shot the barrel out, and then I rebarreled it. I built the action all up. I did the trigger work. Now it's not even really any fun to shoot, to be honest. Yeah, I'm in pain all the time too, man. Just so you know exactly what I mean. Being in pain is horrible. Yep, stole every one of them. PS90. Yep. Much better way to go. I've never heard anybody talk about doing stem cells until you were talking. I don't remember who. Was it on Not a Sponsors channel? I think you were talking about it last night or whatever. Since your second year of football. Well, good thing, Xbox, is you're still a young guy. So you got a long, long life of pain ahead of you. Yeah, I'm an Alchemist. I know I was on there for a little bit. I didn't remember which channel it was, but Went to Whole Foods, grabbed a bite to eat. Yeah, I was on that same routine, and then I don't know how long ago it was now. Probably like 15 years, maybe even longer. I was on pain meds all the time. And then during the whole big opioid epidemic, so I think back in like 2017, every time I talk to a doctor, I have to go in for something, that you tell them you're on pain meds, and they look at you like you're a junkie. And then you get the whole speech about narcotics and this and that. And one day I'm like, you know what? Screw it, man. Life was better when I took pain pills. I'm not saying it was a solution, but I always had doctors ask me, are you addicted to pain pills? I always said no, man. I was dependent on them. I depended on it to get through my life. Did I get hurt? No. A couple of us are talking about back pain. So, I mean, I've had lots of, me personally, I've had lots of pretty severe injuries in my life. Lots of surgeries and, some fake components. So, but I made the comment earlier that being in pain for me is like my greatest fear. Every day everybody hurts, but ARP, that is a Gerson MC Deluxe. Crutch, how are you? Got a couple different things out you probably haven't seen before. Yep, you got me, man. Airsoft all the way. If you believe that, definitely don't watch any videos on the channel, because you'll be disappointed. You're in a 20-car pileup. That's good. How'd your day go, Crunch? Give me 1 second and I will. If you want me to remember who you are, the trick is to change where your name comes up with a D. Put a picture in there, because I recognize pictures a whole lot faster than I recognize names. Dalton. I'm trying to pull up your messages, David. Hey, Woo, how are you doing here? Does the Burness stay? No, I move it. Oh, the Barrett? Yeah, it kind of sits there. I'm not big on leaving guns sit out, but it does sit there most of the time. So, if you're taking off, David, I appreciate it. I was looking at your comments. I saw you asked me about a 22. And I saw that you made a comment about my voice not being old. But other than that, sir, I'm sorry I can just go back and look at the comments. Yep, I sure do. Hey, Woo, like I keep telling you, man, I got a lot of stuff you guys haven't seen. The pistols, all my pistols, you guys have pretty much seen all my handguns. I'm not going to lie to you about that, but no, I got a lot of other stuff that over time you guys will get to see. Yeah, a lot of people liked it because of Call of Duty. My oldest son talked me into buying it, so I bought it. That one's had a little bit of internal work done. No, none of them are air guns, man. So I did trigger work on it. It's still not a great trigger, but it's significantly better than it was. And I know you guys wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but the optic rail that's on top of the frame there, on top of the gun, that's a aftermarket rail, and it drops it down about 2/3 of the height of the original. So the optics on that gun, they sit so high that it's never a cheek weld on it, it's a high chin weld. But now with dropping it down, it does get it closer to being a proper stance. It's a Beretta clone, so it's made by Gersan, which is in Turkey. Gersan has the technical data package rights to manufacture that, so they produce it to the same specs almost as Beretta. We were actually comparing parts to it the other day in preparation to a video we'll be doing. But most of the parts are interchangeable between that and a Beretta. Most of them. All the Beretta parts work on the Gersan, every one of them. A couple of things from Gersan does not work on the Beretta. So, I'm waiting for stuff to scroll up here. Fucking computer, fix this thing.
What's that?
I had to fix this computer. So, otherwise, you can retype metal handguard for the PS90. I'm assuming. Arizona Kid, how are you doing? Glad to see you working. Make that money, man. You guys will always hear me say that. Make money or get out and go shooting. But if you're not going to get out and go shooting, then you might as well watch my channel or some of the other guys. No, you didn't miss anything, John. Yep, that's old Simmons scope off. I mean, it's on a 22, so you got to figure. I bought that gun when I was 21, 20. I think I was 20 when I bought that. So I've had it for, oh boy, I've had it a while. You know, a while. My oldest is 24, and I had that before he was born. So that's saying something. All right, Godfather, we'll see you in a minute. Yeah, I like Arizona Kids church stuff. I try to make sure I tune into them on Sunday just to be able to catch it. I like that when people are willing to, without sounding corny, share the word without putting it out. Ebu, I appreciate you as always, sir. You have a good night. I appreciate you stopping in and checking on me. Yeah, that was an ADD thing. I was actually I bought it. I was gonna give it to my oldest son for a gift, and he asked for something else instead, so I gave him something else, and I kept that for me. I'm not gonna get rid of it, but I'm not a super big fan of Berettas just because I'm left-handed. It's a hard gun for a left-handed person to shoot. Yeah, Arizona Kid, you're not out of your league, man. I appreciate you. But ARP, what's up for you? What's next on your palette? If you guys have never checked out ARP, actually, ARP King here, we'll make this easy. Actually, Gage, we'll make you a moderator. I'm sure next time you check out a live, you probably won't be. I remove them after videos generally, but you'll be able to check out these other guys' channel at least. Consider subscribing to them and check their stuff out. And obviously, everybody knows how it goes. Show them support too. So the best way to stick it to YouTube or any anti-gunner is keep doing it. Yeah. A lot of people miss the Barrett. But yeah, that sits most of the time right there. So it'll fit in my big safe, but I gotta pull out 4 or 5 other guns for it to sit in there decent. And the truth of it is it's expensive, but with the space that it takes and the space I gotta move the other guns that would sit out, that's probably the cheaper one to leave out. 4 hours away. I don't know, man. You know, John, you and I both know you can build an AR-15 pretty affordably. So that to me sounds like a 4 hours worth of investment. Even if it ends up being nothing more than a waste of your time, that's still worth checking out. Obviously, assuming the guy is not a convicted felon, right? Or a woman beater. Where's that rifle ammo?
That's in the office. Wanna go around it?
So. The cheeseburger 12,000. We can do that from here on out. I will never call it a Barrett again. We'll call it a cheeseburger 12,000. Actually, I'll probably call it a Barrett again, but correct me on it. It's the cheeseburger 12,000. If Orange Smoke were here, he'd be laughing about that. So ARP King. Obviously, we can't talk about gun prices on YouTube. So whenever anybody asks how much something is, I always refer to cheeseburgers at the dollar menu.
Yeah.
So that's where that's at. But yeah, I probably won't stay on here very long tonight. Maybe till like 8:30 or so. I don't know what time my wife is coming home. She'll probably be home in about 20 minutes or so. The daughter's already upstairs, ready for bed, going to bed probably. The kid's over here playing with a stick of butter.
You guys know how I like my butter.
So
She said I'll be late.
but yeah, ARP King's got some couple cool things. But what I will say about him, yeah, it'll be worth the trip. What I'll say about ARP King is he's a really solid guy, man. I've chatted with him for a while. Cole don't want to leave. Have you tried any zinc and magnesium? In ARP King, you see how to do the mods, right? You can click on their names and pull up their channels. Havoc, how are you doing? Yep, I got AKs. So I cranked out them rifle rounds earlier. We ended up with 172. They all passed the go gauge, and they are out of the polisher and in a container. I like how that's always a question. Why? Just let me ask you, why would that be a question? Why does everybody ask that? Because somebody owns a firearm. But yeah, I think, John, do you have a way to haul trucks, or is that something that you'd have to have somebody haul for you? I don't know if they're great, but they're something anyway. It's hard to make good content. It's hard to make content that people want to watch. YouTube really stands on throats too. You know, a year ago at this time, my stuff would, continuously, easily get, 10,000, 15,000 views, and now I'm lucky to break 500. I don't understand how that works, but it's because things don't get pushed in the algorithms. Havoc, I don't own a Glock 19. And on a live, I can't handle firearms. So what you see right now for firearms is what's going to be on the live. If you want to see a little closer view of them, I can show you a closer view, but I can't handle anything. You rent a truck. Well, John, keep in mind too, something you could do is you could definitely share the footage with us on your ride. That would be a good time, especially if you have a co-pilot that could read questions, to do a live. You're going to be stuck in a vehicle for 4 hours. You might be surprised. You might actually really enjoy it. It's kind of hard to have a good conversation with somebody, obviously through text and or even kind of like a one-sided with a video, you know. Do you got the slug ammo? What do you mean by do you got the slug ammo? Do I have shotgun slugs? I have shotguns that shoot slugs. Yes, I have slugs, cartridges that we can shoot, shells. Are you asking if we have cartridges for the guns you're seeing? Yes, I have cartridges for them too. Don't like prolonging it, huh? My wife and kids were all supposed to be gone till late, so I ordered food. Nope, I don't have any thermal scopes. I'm poor, dude. I can't afford stuff like that. So I ordered food, and then I got called to go pick up my son from work because he was done early. So now my food's cold as shit, and I never even got to eat it. What are you doing?
Trying to release the zip tie without cutting it, but I'm gonna have to.
Why? What's the problem?
Have it upside down.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. What's upside down?
Colors.
Well, when you get paid, you can go buy me a fucking package of zip ties since you're using all my zip ties. Well, go ahead, cut them. Got some thermal long johns. There you go. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that thermal optics and all that are bad, because if you have a purpose for them, I get it. But like, we used to hunt coyotes at night. I lived on a farm, man. I understand that it would be easier, but for me, I don't hunt anymore. I don't live in the country anymore. That seems like a lot of money for a toy. I mean, I'm not saying just cut the fucking things. Quit being a douche. Seriously. I think Arizona Kid was in the shop working, so he's probably running the sewing machine. Do I have a military helmet? Yeah, we had one sitting out. Where'd that go?
It's in the office.
Oh, Kid put it away. There was one sitting up on the screen before. You hand sew everything? Man, that's a lot of work. So get a side cutters and quit being autistic. Stop right now. I said it 3 times. You want me to say it 4? I will. This can be a dad moment. Even grab fucking those pliers from downstairs and just cut them. But quit being stupid, wrecking your mom's shit over something like that. She'll have a fit and blame me. Here you go, John. Screenshot that for you. Actually, Arizona Kid, is it okay if I pin that message for him? Oh, you got it? Never mind. My phone was dying. I had to plug it in. Sorry. I thought it was plugged in or I would have not moved it already. So Arizona Kid, obviously we see your leather work, but is there specific things? All right, let me go back and pull that up. So we always get people asking, so hopefully if somebody shows up asking, we can tell them go right to your channel or right to your email. Inevitably though, there's always somebody asking about leather work. But do you have a specialty? Is it like holsters? Is it belts? Is it scabbards? Orange Smoke, we were talking about you a little bit ago. Did you see the title of the live for tonight? How'd your day go today, Orange Smoke? Was it better than yesterday? Less needles, less junkies, or more of the same? Terrible. Uh-oh. Tell us the story. Obviously, Orange Smoke, you've seen the pistols, but you got the PS90 up there, and then my Ruger 1022. That's my 22 I shoot. It's Adams and Bennett barrel. It's got a Volkorstern trigger. I think it's a Volkorstern V-block too in there. I don't remember what magazine release that is, but that was... sounds like a shitty day. Nobody wants to go to work hard. I'm okay going to work for 10 hours, 10 and a half hours, 12 hours, whatever they end up putting me on, and not having to do anything. That's always a win to me. And then I try to tell myself when I have a shitty day that, sometimes I win and sometimes they win. But at least you're home now. Maybe if you talk nice to Mama, she'll rub your back again. That's Adams and Bennett. I don't even know if they're in business anymore, but that was the first brand new gun I ever bought, and I had it for years, and I shot the barrel out. After I shot the barrel out, I obviously rebarreled it. I like that stock because I'm left-handed, of course, and you put the barrel and stuff on there, you do the trigger work. So nothing fancy, cheap scope, but I've had that a very, very long time. And it shoots good, but I don't think it shoots good like your CZs do. It'll suck again tomorrow. Yeah. At least you got that going for you. But I didn't do shit today. I had physical therapy today. I came home, I loaded some rifle rounds. And went to eat dinner and had to leave to go get my kid. I think everybody's job sucks. Some days are better than others. Yeah, you got hard work too. What did you do again, John? I know I've asked you in the past. I know it sounded like you were a jack of all trades. So fortunately, I've been at my job long enough. I'm not expected to work hard anymore. I got to know all the answers, and I have to know more than everybody else. That's what they're paying me for. So I get paid for what I know, not what I have to do anymore, which is nice most of the time. Not always, but my days of coming home sweaty and dirty, fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore. Which, to be honest, sometimes that was better. Go in and do my job and then come home. He could grab your phone. Hey man, I feel confident that you're gonna get us some pictures of it. So tweakers are always hilarious, man. I don't unless you see a tweaker in front of your house or on your block, but like when you're driving away, especially like there's a few times we went to get fast food, right? You're pulling through a drive-through and here's the tweaker teller trying to act sober, trying to act like she's not so tweaked out of her mind that, you know, she's got wings like Red Bull. But it's funny because anytime you see a tweaker and they realize you're watching them, they try to act sober, and the more they try to act sober, the worse it is. You know?
Yeah, I've worked with one of them before.
It's funny, you know? So you had a hard life too, John. A lot of manual labor. All three of you guys work hard. Makes me feel like a loser. What's going on, Yukon? Welcome back. Nova, what's up? So, did that live earlier when I was working on rifle rounds, and a couple of people asked me if I was going to do the gun table, so I'll pop that up here for a little bit. Oh boy, oh boy. Bullseye Ben. Need a 5.7. Yeah, it's an interesting cartridge. I had to rescue a vehicle. That sounds like a story. I'm curious. Yeah, you're working hard too. That was, I guess that could be a lot of fun. The dust probably bothered you, huh? John, you loved it too? .22 meg is probably as good of a cartridge as the 5.7. The only advantage the 5.7, it's a center fire, so you get more reliable ignition, but you know, 5.7's expensive. I mean, there was a time where it was actually cheaper than 5.56, but not no more. I have a bunch of 5.7, and honestly, because of the price of it, I don't shoot the gun. The last 4 or 5 times we've took that gun out to shoot, the only person that shot it was my son. Although I should let my daughter shoot it. She'd probably really like that.
Yeah, she probably would.
You kept the BK sign out front to turn into a deer stand roof. You can see it on Google Earth, really? We're just talking, just chatting, man. I don't ever have a topic on a live. If you have something we want to discuss, by all means, set the topic. Got some really great people in here right now. But I never set out for a topic. A few times I've tried, like 30 minutes into, not even 30 minutes, 30 seconds into starting to talk about it, the conversation gets hijacked. So I just sit here and chat. The CMR 30. The heel releases are pretty common with a lot of European style, firearms. But Kel-Tec does some weird shit. Yeah, I don't smoke either. I don't smoke or drink. I've never smoked, and I haven't drank in over 25 years. Huh. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Well, somebody's making that, maybe they're going to chamber it in 5.7. I'm trying to think who it was. Somebody had a, looked like the MP7, but it was firing the 5.7 cartridge. (12x15). Yeah, drinking. Yeah, COPD. That's shitty. That's shitty. It just dipped now. That's alright. So, back in the day, whenever, all my friends were smoking and drinking and smoking dope and shit, I had a hard time looking at people spending all my free money for a couple hours of fun on a Friday night. I preferred to go out and buy something like a firearm. That's why I have so many firearms. Where I could go out and continuously have fun with it. Go spend $100 at a bar or go spend $100 on ammunition. And so that's why I have so many firearms. Half gallon a day of vodka for years. That's a lot of drinking. That's a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
I will admit, John, that vodka was usually my favorite drink. Vodka and orange juice. Otherwise, Kessler and Coke or Jack and Coke if they didn't have Kessler. That's pretty much the only thing I would drink. I didn't drink beer. I never drank beer. I just couldn't stand the taste of it. But vodka and orange juice. Oh, there's times it still sounds good, but I kind of at this point I made the decision not to drink. So yeah, I'd have laughed too if I saw that. I would have got pictures. You were in depression for the last year. That's tough. Huh. That was hard work for you, John. Alright, Bullseye, get the kids to bed, man. Hey, Bullseye, before you split, are you going to do a live tonight? Because I'm going to jump off of here in about 7 minutes. If you are, I'll jump on your channel for a little bit. I thought the DOT was going to get you. So I ended that live earlier. The guys that were here, I said my sister was calling. She never calls me. That's good, man. That's awesome. So whenever she calls me, I make sure I answer. I always, like, in the back of my head, I think the worst. And what she wanted is she wanted to invite me to go to midget bowling, or not midget bowling, midget wrestling. They have a midget wrestling match here in a couple weeks. And she's like, I want to go in the worst way. If I pay, will you come along? So I guess I'm going to go watch some midget wrestling. Maybe we'll do a live. We should do that as a live. You guys want to see midget wrestling in a couple weeks live? Because that would be funny as fuck.
Yeah, it would.
They got all kinds of all kinds of midgets on this stuff. Some of them look like, one guy looks like he's the Undertaker. One looks like he's the dude with the Spanish mask on. I don't know his name, but they have a dude that looks like little Randy Savage. They have one dude that's, I think he's trying to look like Hulk Hogan, but I mean, you got to really squint to see it. But maybe that's wrong, but I think that'd be all kinds of fun to watch midget wrestling. I was at a motorcycle rally one time, and Wee Man, you guys know Wee Man from Jackass? He was there, and he was trying to make money for partying, so he was doing midget bowling. So for $20, you could pick this.
Oh.
100 yards away from midgets. But for $20, you could pick him up by his shorts and a shirt, and he was covered in baby oil, and he had a tarp down, and he had baby oil all over this tarp, and you could throw him at cones, like the construction cones. So you pick him up and whip him, which, I mean, it was at a motorcycle rally, man. So it was a good time. Got to meet Wee Man. Got to throw him at some construction cones. That was fantastic.
Hearing about that makes me wonder if Diddy was there. Hearing about baby oil.
It depends on the type of midget, right? So the dwarf type, probably not. A hot little midget, maybe. I'm not going to say I wouldn't. And if you guys can say you wouldn't, then you're a better man than me. I would have to look. I mean, it would have to look, obviously, you know. Well, yeah, any midget, I mean, if they're under 4 foot, they're half off. We're not calling that, the Barrett is officially named Cheeseburger 12,000. So John Wick's renamed it from the Barrett to the Cheeseburger 12,000. It involved midget tossing, right? Now is this? Now we gotta hear this story, man. There's a story here. We gotta hear this story. So I'll wait for you, Orange Smoke, to tell this story, but then I'm gonna shut it down for the night. Ramiro, it's a Gerson MC Deluxe. On their knees, they wouldn't even have to get to their knees. That's, I think, the advantage to a midget, right? And in all honesty, nobody can ask their whole lady to hang from the ceiling fan, right? And if you really get mad at him, you just put him in the dryer. What are they going to do? Say you shrunk him? Another time. No, it's titanium nitride. So it's the same finish that they use on like end mills or drill bits or stuff like that. It's the you want to build like on the 2245 platform, or the rifle. As you can actually buy, if you have the 22 pistol, they sell just the uppers and the bolts. All right, Orange Smoke, I'm off here anyway. So, a rifle, yeah, man, you can definitely buy all their parts. FK and Jolly, what's up? I'm actually I appreciate you showing up. Definitely double tap that like screen, but I'm actually in about a minute here. I'm gonna shut this live off. This is just a nice, quick, short one. Nothing fancy. We got a PS90. The pistols you've probably seen before. That was my first brand new firearm I ever bought, the Ruger 1022. I shot the barrel out and stuff, and then built it into that. So nothing fancy here. But as always, I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate you guys who joined us. Orange Smoke, John's Arsenal, ARP King, Arizona Kid, John Wicks, of course, and everybody else that we always see. Not a sponsor, Ammo Alchemist, and everybody else. There's Yukon Bob. I almost forgot about you. I appreciate you sticking around. As always, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with us. That didn't update. I was gonna load something here, but thank you, gentlemen, ladies, things. I'll catch you next time. Try.